Is there? It's okay. It's 9:50. Is there anybody coming in here with pain or pleasure that makes them feel like somebody's hands shot up? Do you want to come up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. A hand shot up.
It's very interesting to me that you can just say that and someone's hand will shoot up, and we haven't been punished for it yet.
Is this one on?
Yeah. What's your name?
Fedora.
Oh, Fedora, of course.
Yeah, you guys know me.
Oh,
Hi,
Fedora.
I'm here all the time. I just wanted to come up because I wanted to. I wasn't here last week. I was at my friend Luciana's show. It was really great. But last week you had a lady guest. And,
Genevieve Pearson.
Yeah, and a couple weeks ago, remember I came up to you and I said it'd be really cool if you could have some female guests sometime soon.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember that happening, but okay.
You came up to go. Did I do that? No. I'm sorry. No, but that's great.
Anyway, yeah, I was really glad that you did that, and I was very proud of you, even if you maybe subconsciously you took my notes.
I'm sure. Everything I do is subconscious. Yes.
Anyway, so there's a fun note for you to end on. I feel like you crossed a threshold there, and I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, what about? Well, Erin's always up here.
Erin's always up here, and she's really cool. I love you. You're my favorite part of the show.
Do you feel like?
I laugh so hard at that. The next thing that she said.
I just kind of like women on stage, women performing. What's up with that? No. Where's that going? Do you think that I'm trying to figure out how a way to phrase this without loading it, because it's easy to be like politically correct, and we can talk about how unfair the performance world is to women, but and I'm not saying that it's not, but I want to figure out a way to actually intelligently vivisect that and look at the beating heart of whatever's happening. Erin and I were talking about this. Women, without even knowing that we're doing it, women, unlike men, who just, I think at the root of it, I'm going to try to talk this through, and I'm going to sound like a fucking crazy person. Men are just like these, doesn't matter if we're handsome, doesn't matter if we're ugly, doesn't matter what we are, doesn't matter what role we occupy, doesn't matter if we have a bad back, doesn't matter if one of our legs doesn't work, doesn't matter, our role in the world is to kind of want and shoot out torpedoes and kind of try and either fail or succeed. And I think that women on stage, when women are performing in anything, no matter how enlightened the venue, no matter what the case, Erin and I were trying to get to the bottom of this. It's there's a fucking tightrope you have to walk as a woman, because the most progressive, PC, super modern, metrosexual, futuristic Blade Runner thinker is still, before he's even thinking of it, he's thinking of a woman as a woman, and kind of it's the way Erin put it was something like, if you're this, they're disappointed in you. If you're that, they're disappointed in you. It's the only way to describe it is a tightrope. It's just, I don't know what it's a tightrope between, really, but it's you're doing some kind of balancing act all the time.
I feel like you addressed that with Genevieve last week when you were talking about her reception on the reality show she was on, about something Kevin Smith said to her about, oh, you're a girl and you like comic books.
I mean, that was insane to me.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, I'm really I don't want to give myself some kind of Alan Alda medal. My thing is always I just the same way with alcoholism or racism. I want to cut everyone off at the pass and go, fuck, no, I'm a misogynist, I'm a sexist. Here's why. Because I don't want to have that conversation where it's are you or aren't you, all this bullshit. And I think the thing that gets me in the most trouble is that why am I talking about myself with this? Because I don't want to sound like I'm on a soapbox. I don't want to rush to judge. But I thought in that moment that was a very odd thing that happened, where she actually got the better of this guy in this debate, and that in the edited context of this thing, the first thing he said was, Got to give props to a chick who can correct a dude on Frank Miller. It's like, holy shit, we're nerds. We're down at the bottom of this valley, and there's still down here where Gollum lives. There's male Gollums are still going like, props to that pussy, man. That pussy was good. You know, like knowing which fish to eat raw. Like it was like what? We're all Gollum down here. The whole point was that was really, really weird to me. I'm gonna edit this all out because I sound like a fucking douchebag in some weird way.
You don't sound like a douchebag.
And I wasn't fishing for that either. Everyone shut up.
Okay.
I pontificate all the time about race, and it's much easier to obsess about race than it is about gender, for me anyway. I think because of the relationship that I have with my mom, which I like because women are like sometimes you want to have sex with them, sometimes you don't. In between, there's 8,050,000 things. There are women that you you can objectify them without knowing that you're objectifying them, and then even if you get through that hurdle, then everyone else's weird objectifications of women come into play. So if you were a guy and you respected a woman that you worked with, and you were like, oh, she's really funny, I really like her, I want her to be my friend. It's like then on the other side of that, there's all this like, it's crazy. Is that a problem that we solve, or do we accept that that's the case?
I think it's something that we always keep in mind and strive to understand and hopefully change sometime.
Well, I think you're on your period. Otherwise, you wouldn't say that. Am I right, fellas? Get her out of here. Let's open the dick chute.
Let's all go watch Roadhouse.
There's a dick chute. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where like I got. It's a weird epiphany to have at 40, where it's like I'm not going to be able to do anything about it anyway.
That's not true, because you had a lady on the show and you talked about how, as a lady nerd, she got talked down to by Kevin Smith, who I would love to be able to like admire and respect as an artist, but then he says shit like that.
I mean, off the cuff though, and he doesn't even know he's saying it.
I know.
That's the yeah. I don't know.
I'm just offended by that shirt he always wears.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm sure he sells those. Like those are custom designed.
Such a cunt.
See, that's tearing down the walls.
Yeah. Let's bring him out. Kevin Smith, everybody.
I mean, he should come out. Like if he did come out, we'd be like, hey, well, bro down with the show down. Like, whatever. Like we're not going to be like, oh, we brought you out here to take you to task.
And I
How
feel
about
like
let's not bring him out. How about that? Let's not have him.
I even feel like that would be a conversation he'd be willing to have about like, oh yeah, so I didn't really he'd continue this conversation with us rather than just try to defend himself.
I don't even.
I hope so.
Speaking as someone who's been on Twitter and had people like tweet at me going like, "No, point of honor, episode 3 of season 2, so and so made this joke," and it's like, you can't help but like the definition of your humanity, you have a certain amount of like servo-mounted guns out there. Otherwise, who are you?
Right.
If everything that comes your way is like, oh yeah, let's see your side of it immediately, like you can't help but go like, okay, first of all, why is this person full of shit? I'm just speaking to that hypothetically. Like, let's have Kevin Smith on and talk about gender and about that one comment he made on that reality show.
I'm not suggesting that like, that's something you should actually do. What I was saying was that I know he's not that guy all the time. Like, at his core, I know he's not a misogynist.
I would go so far as to say I don't think anyone is that guy. I think that any of us, from any perspective at any given time, we accidentally like. If you could actually sit anybody down and like walk through everything, if we had that chance to do that with Hitler before he got turned loose, like okay, where are you going dressed like that? I'm gonna go do some stuff, okay? What do you mean? I'm gonna kill 6 million Jews, all right? Because you don't want to watch Game of Thrones, so what the fuck? Hitler, get over here, sit down. Why are you going to kill 6 million Jews? You know why? No, I don't. Like, talk for 45 minutes and not from a balcony. Talk to me. I'm your dad. This is fucking. You don't care about my art. You don't care. Fucking. I said, like, what if my mustache was just in the middle, and you're like, fuck you. Like, so why don't I? So maybe fuck you and fuck everybody. Okay, you can have a little mustache.
I'm not gonna lie, I've slightly lost the thread of this.
You may be right. I don't know.
That's all I had to say. I wanted to say I'm glad that you had a lady on the show, and that made me happy.
Oh,
That's
she was
all.
swell, you know. And it was that was Aaron. Aaron found that show, and Aaron identified with Genevieve, and then Aaron tweeted Genevieve. I mean, that was all Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
And Aaron comes up here and takes a punch to the ovaries every week.
Yeah.
And walks that tightrope
Good
for all women.
her. You go. Good for you coming up here with these men.
And she has her own podcast called This Feels Terrible, where she talks about relationships, and I live with her, so I know that she'll get an email from somebody going like, regarding your interview with so and so. It's like, well, I think you did a huge disservice to blah 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 when you said blah blah blah, and she'll get all wound up about it the same way I would, like and it's like like half the people are calling you liberated for saying something, and then the other half of the people are going like you just fucking Uncle Tom'd all women. It's pretty complicated, and thank God for my little wiener. Love it.
Well, thanks for letting me come up and say hi.
Fedora, everybody.
Thank you. All right. Well,
What do you think, Dan?
what a show, Jeff.
We did it, man. That
We
was
broke through everything.
I didn't even know Robin was going to be here tonight. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I
I had a little tinge in the back of my head. I'm like, come on, how many times have I made fun of that guy?
Huh?
Like, you know, he's a mainstream success, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
He's such a lovely guy. I got to have dinner with him, and he was just so delightful. And he looks great, and he's just so funny. Like he not like in a gross like shut up like you're like you need to stop doing bits right now. But like it was just really. I mean, it's part of who he is. Everything is a bit. Everything is a joke. But like he's actually really good at it, and it's actually for the benefit of the people around him.
and his book is coming out. It's called Fuck It.